G'day folks, Connor here from CW's Tech Reviews, back with another video, and today we're doing my full review of the Oppo Enco W51s. So without further ado, hit the like button and the subscribe button and let's get stuck into the video. Let's go. Now the W51s are a great little pair of earbuds that bring some pretty cool features to the consumer. And today we're going to go through those features and why I think these belong in your pocket, or why you might think they don't belong in your pocket. Now just quickly, a couple of key specifications. You have active noise cancellation, 530 milliamp hour total power in the battery, Qi wireless charging, which is a great little feature to have, just drop them on the charging pad and let them go, and IP54 dust and water resistance, which isn't huge, but at least it's something. Before we get into anything else, I just want to mention that IP54 water and dust resistance. Now that might not be a very high rating, but a company actually has to get certified properly to be able to put that on their branding. And the W51s have that on their branding, that these are certified IP54. So they've gone through some form of rigorous testing to determine that they're at least in somewhat resistant to some elements, which should bring you a little bit of comfort knowing that Oppo have gone all out in getting these certified. Now the W51s are a stylish, comfortable pair of earbuds. I've worn these a lot during my testing and I've not at one point thought that these feel uncomfortable. Now the other day I went for a 3-hour walk with these in and I didn't feel discomfort once the whole time I was out walking. Now they are familiar looking. These could be mistaken for someone else's brand, but we know Oppo and we know that they do this from time to time. Look, they found their own way with their phones. They're starting to get into the market of wearables with their watch and their earbuds, and we're starting to see a bit of the old Oppo here where they sort of do a bit of copying to start off with and then they find their own feet along the way. And I'd have to say that the W51s do look familiar. They do look like a pair of Apple AirPods, and as they say, about the ultimate form of flattery. So this is what you get here. This is the earbud. Yes, it looks familiar. These are very comfortable and very easy to wear, and they offer some pretty good functionality as well. Now the neck of the earbud actually hangs down about just less than an inch lower than the actual earbud itself, giving that familiar look, and that does help to anchor it into your ear a little bit. There are some design features here that haven't just been put together willy-nilly, there's been some thought behind it. And with the design, they have really gone and tested these a fair bit, because for me, it takes a lot for me to find an earbud that I'm satisfied with that doesn't work its way out in day-to-day use. Now I still wouldn't say these are for running, but for me, I was doing a lot of other exercises, walking, cycling, and general day-to-day use around the house, and the earbuds did not fall out on one occasion, not once. And while I was on that 3-hour walk that I mentioned earlier, I was actually testing to see if they were slowly working their way out, which a lot of earbuds can do over time, and they hadn't budged. They were still nicely in place the whole time. But the case as well is not light, cheap plastic. Now you can get there's a lot of earbuds on Amazon that are very cheap feel about the case and the lid, and these do not. They have a nice little sound they make when they clasp shut. There's no weak, cheap feeling here in the plastic, and that's all it is plastic, but it's been done well. Once you open it, there's a button in between the earbuds that is used for pairing, putting them into pairing mode, and pairing them was super easy. You open the case, hold down that pairing mode button until the light is flashing on and off, and then you just find them in your Bluetooth settings and away you go. It really was that simple to set them up. Now if you do have an Oppo phone, you're going to be able to adjust the tap features on these earbuds. Now if you don't have an Oppo phone, you're going to be stuck with the tap shortcuts that are pre-installed on the earbuds, which aren't bad, but you're not going to be able to adjust them at this point. So you tap twice on the left earbud to activate noise cancelling or to deactivate noise cancelling. Tap on the right bud twice to skip to the next track. and tap either earbud 3 times to activate your voice assistant, whichever one you have set up on your phone. For me, a solid tap was required to ensure accuracy. Now you get about 14 hours of use out of the charge of the case and the buds. So if you work out or use your earbuds for about 2 hours a day, you're going to get a good solid 2 weeks worth of use out of these. And if you do use your earbuds for like 7 hours a day, then you're going to have to charge them every couple of days. For me, it's about an hour and a half to where I would use my earbuds per day. So I get a good 2.5 weeks to 3 weeks use out of these before having to recharge. Now we're going to talk about the sound. And look, I can do a scientific experiment and tell you at what decibels, what ranges are hitting or peaking or maxing out. But that doesn't help me as a day-to-day user. And so sound is very subjective. But for me, I really did enjoy the sound that came out of the W51s. It was nice and rich across the mid, lows and highs. I didn't have any shrill or tinny experiences. They're powered by a couple of 7mm dynamic drivers in each earbud. They do have that active noise cancelling, so you do get some really good sound. Now one thing I did notice is the active noise cancelling wasn't supersonic or wasn't superb. I did have some times where I thought, oh gee, I wish it was just blocking out a little bit more sound. Especially when I was out and about, I just found that the traffic noise got through a bit more than I would have liked it. But in most situations, they actually worked really well. Now that 7mm dynamic driver is also assisted by having 3 mics on each earbud, which help to block out the right types of sound at the right time. So that's what gives you that hybrid noise cancelling, and I found it really pleasant to listen to, and I think it helped to balance out the sound. Now I also had an occasion here where I had some friends over for dinner and they brought their kids, and their kids and my kids are quite loud. I put the earbuds in and started writing my review of the W51s, and I was quite surprised by the amount of noise cancelling, and it just seemed to block out the environment that I was sitting in while I was typing the review. So it was a good little test section for me, and like I said, maybe out on the street I was getting a bit more noise leak in than I would have liked. However, in a still environment like in a house, I found that the noise cancelling was a lot more capable. And if you do want to be able to hear your surroundings better, it's just double tap on the left earbud and you're back to hearing your surroundings as well. However, overall, the Oppo Enco W51s are a nice, pleasant experience. If Oppo is your thing, then these are going to pair really well with your Oppo products. And even if they're not, they're still going to run well within your environment, depending on what you use them for. For me, they're great for just being out and about walking, or maybe if you're catching public transport somewhere. And they do have some really good features that anyone will be happy with, like that Qi charging, the water resistance, the 530 milliamp hour battery power that comes out of them. Now they are also sporting Bluetooth 5.0 and do have that low latency Bluetooth as well, so if you do use them for gaming, you're going to notice that the sound is synced up well with your audio and your visual. So the Enco W51s surely will find a place in someone's bag and they won't be disappointed with them. A good pair of earbuds. If you do have any questions about the W51s, let me know in the comments down below. I'll be happy to try and help you out if I can. Links down below if you do want to pick up a pair of W51s. There'll be eBay, Amazon, and a direct link to the Oppo website as well. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate your support, and I will catch you in the next video. Check ya!